Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV. Yes, it's been a little while since the channel's been live, but we've had this international break yet again. So Premier League is back this weekend, so we'll look forward to that. I'm joined by Pete tonight. How are you, Pete?
Very well, Tony. You?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Obviously, we don't play till Monday, so I'm off to a game at the weekend. But that will all be revealed over the weekend, of course. So do keep an eye out for the vlog going on my other channel, which is obviously the Footy channel. So if you haven't yet subscribed to that one, you can always head over there and knock the subscribe. That would be great. Thank you very much. But anyway, before we get into tonight's show, if you do enjoy what you see, then please don't forget to smash the like. It does help the channel up the search, and it means new viewers find it more easily. So please follow Sean the Sheep by smashing that thumbs up. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come and hit the subscribe. Come be part of this great community. It's free to do so. Hit the bell notification. That tells when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. You can always become a member. It's 99p. Do that, clicking the join button. And if you want to make a donation, you can do that in chat, clicking on the dollar sign, using the super chat function. All money reinvested back into the channel. Right. So, yes, I know people are probably thinking, we're coming towards the end of November. We're having a transfer show. There's no transfer window until January. Yes, we know there isn't. But there is things starting to be rumoured of players that we're looking at potentially, and even players that we're potentially looking at offloading in January. So, you know, let's have a bit of fun. And look, get going in the chat as well. Where should we strengthen in January? What are the main areas to strengthen? Is it right centre back? Is it right wing? You know, you have your say in the chat, and as always, we will always look at your comments and read your comments out. If we can read everybody's comments out, that's absolutely fine. And look, any good questions you got in there, fire them away, and we'll come to them as well. But let's grab some comments before we get into the show. What you say? I've got a problem with my TV. It's all gone black and white. Evening, everyone. I like it. Well done, mate. Thank you, Wacky. I like that one, mate. Nice one. He says, evening, Tony. Good evening. And to PD.
You'll be well, Wacky.
Ian Fleming. Hi, Tony and PD.
Well,
hi
Ian.
to you, Mr. Fleming. Hope you're very well. Hope you're not too snoring. And Clarky says, hi, guys. Hi to you, Clarky.
Well as well, Clarky.
Apparently we're due snow tomorrow morning between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. apparently, and right on cue when I go to work as well. So lovely. Let's have a bit of snow tomorrow morning, eh? Before the weather changes on Saturday and it goes to double figures, which is crazy. At the moment it's 0 outside and it's really, really cold. It's freezing. But at least it's warm indoors, and that's the best place to be. And what more's better to be than sitting here watching us too as well, you know. We'll probably get joined by John, but he's going to be a little bit late, so John may join the party a little bit later on. But at the moment, there's no sign of John yet, but he said he may be a little late, so he's got a few things going on, so we can give him that one. That's not a problem. Right, okay, let's, as I say, this is a transfer show. Wacky says, just hope it's not going to be another wind of dithering for you and feeling to get anything over the line. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Never had any snow yet, Tony. Nice and sunny, just cold, says Ian.
Lucky you, Ian. Considering you live on a coastal area.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get that weather. Right, okay, so let's get the first player on screen. Now, this player is being linked with us. Basically, his contract runs until next June, so that's 2025. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, we know who you're going to talk about. You think I know who I'm going on to, but not that player. It is this player. There he is, Jonathan Tah of Bayer Leverkusen. Now then, apparently he's been offered a new deal, and he's not signing a new deal. So it looks like he could be off. Now, his contract runs out in the summer of 2025. A few facts about Jonathan Tah. He's about 6'4", 28-year-old German, right-sided centre-back. Aerial duels are his strengths. He's got no weaknesses. He is a great defender. Let's be honest. He started 10 games, all 10 games this season. So he's played 900 minutes. He's not even been substituted. He's got 1 goal as well. His accurate passing per game has been 93% so far this season. That's amazing for a centre half. He's been involved in the team that's kept 1 clean sheet so far because they've not had the best starts. His ball recoveries are 5.3 per game. His clearances are 3 per game. He's had an error that's led to a shot. He hasn't had an error that's led to a goal, and he hasn't gave a penalty away either. He's had 1 yellow card in 10 games, so very good disciplinarian as well. The C is rated around about 28 million euros, so possibly, probably about 25 million quid. Again, Jonathan Tah, he's a German centre back, so he's an international as well. He's played 32 times for his country. For me, yes, I know he's 28, and we should be looking at possibly younger. At 28, he's still in his prime, and I think he's a class act as a defender. I really do. And we're screaming for somebody on the right side centre half. And judging by his stats this season, he's done very, very well indeed. And look, Cher's not getting younger, and I think we just need this little bit of competition on that side. And an experienced head in Jonathan Tah, I think, would be absolutely fantastic. He's been at Leverkusen for 9 years now. Since he was 19 years of age, when he moved there from Hamburg. So look, since 2015. So look, if he's not signed new deal, I suppose he's entitled to a move. For me, yeah, I would be all over him. I mean, what about you, Pete?
Sounds like a decent player.
Yeah. I mean, look,
still quite young, late 20s, so not in the 30s just yet. I think there's other clubs after him as well. I think Madrid's one of them. I think Barcelona's another one, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's the type that go to Madrid, though, to be fair. But, I mean, they are saying that, obviously, Xavi Alonso's probably going to be the next Real Madrid manager, And that's quite a possibility. He could be, If I just do a comparison with him and Fabian Schär, and I look at Jonathan Tah to Fabian Schär. So comparing Jonathan Tah, for defensive, they're quite equal, Tactically, a little bit more on the Schär side. Technical ability goes on Jonathan Tah's side. Creativity goes on Schär's side. And for attacking, Schär just shades it on that. So they're quite similar in players, to be fair. But, yeah. But, yeah, still, I mean, look, Jonathan Tah, for me, I think, would be a decent signing. If we got him for 25 million quid, I would take that all day long. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Let's just see what anybody else has had in the comments. See if anybody else thinks the same. Would they take Jonathan Tah? Clarky says, just got back from Edinburgh. There's no snow at all in Scotland where we were.
Oh, that's where I'm off tomorrow as well.
Oh, well, there you go.
Like that. Hopefully it stays that way.
Well, I always remember, and I'm going back to probably, I'm probably going back to 99, 98, 99, I think it was. Maybe before that. Probably 98, I reckon. Anyway, I remember it was an Easter weekend, and we booked a hotel in Scotland. We're staying up just past Gretna. And I remember Newcastle where I live, because I used to live in Curtis Park, so not far from Deck's father, by the way, the Giovanni and Deck. So I lived around. Didn't live too far from Declan Donnelly's dad, who was a nice man, by the way, and his parents were lovely people. So anyway, I remember it was really bad with snow. It was really deep, and people were saying, how can you still go to Scotland? Because it'll be bad up there. The weather will be terrible. It'll be worse than it is here. Why are you going up there? And I said, well, because we've already booked and paid for everything. If I cancel, I'm just going to lose money. So I'm going. And do you know what it was? We got to Scotland, and the few days we had there around Dumfries and all that, it was absolutely lovely. It was beautiful. The weather, it was warm. It was sunny. I was driving around with the window down in the car because it was that warm. Walking around with T-shirts on, blue skies. When I got back, because at the time it wasn't the digital cameras back then, so you had to have the film developed. So when the film got developed, and I showed people the pictures, they couldn't believe what they saw. So that's what I'm saying. It can be deceiving. You can be one place and it could be covered in snow, but you can go somewhere completely different, and the weather can be like chalk and cheese. It can be nice, hot, sunny, and that's what I got when I went away to Scotland in the Easter that time. And honestly, I couldn't believe it. I just thought, wow, what a difference. Mine different. Well, I was obviously in a different country, but I was still in the UK. But you could have thought you were abroad somewhere. So that's what I'm saying. You can never judge the weather where you are.
No, you can't.
What sort of fee would they want, though? Well, he's got 18 months left.
Well, if he hasn't got a lot of time on his contract, he might not be that high.
Wacky thinks 35 to 38 million.
Quite reasonable.
Hamburger. Hi, Andrew. Hope you're well, mate.
You're well, man.
People speaking to Andrew, happy to see Andrew back. Yeah, absolutely. We're all happy to see Andrew back because he's a good lad.
Yes, I'm up on the train, Ian.
Hope you're well, though. Whatever the player value, you have to add 10 million for the tune tax. The Germans aren't too bad, to be fair. 3 foot deep of snow, I bet you couldn't still see Ant and Deck's foreheads. I used to always know when Deck was coming home because I used to see all the girls stand out there waiting. It used to be madness. I've actually to be honest with you, I've met him a couple of times, Deck, when he was a youngster. And Ant as well. And I tell you what, they're two lovely lads. They're two down-to-earth guys. They are not, their heads haven't gone turned by the fortune and fame that they've got, where you see some celebrities, once they've got this fortune and fame, they're a different breed. Ant and Deck are still the same guys. They are brilliant guys, let's be honest. And look, I've got nothing but admiration for them too. At least they know where their roots are and they've kept their head screwed on, and that's a good thing. They haven't let fame go to their head and turn snotty towards people. They'll still treat people as they would treat people normally. Like ski slopes. Oi, everyone. Hi, B. I hope you're well, mate. I wonder if any of the lads that went to Saudi will pick up colds coming back from hot to brass monkey weather. Well, that's a good possibilities. I mean, look, they've been back on the training ground at Benton today, and it was icy, wasn't it?
Livermore, Lewis Hall. Well, I know Livermore, Lewis Hall have they've returned, but Cher was there. I believe he was.
Yeah. And here's the man himself, Mr. John Sinclair. Hi, John. Are you all right?
How you doing, Tony? Pete, and thanks for having us on. It's just still wait for a phone call, but I just don't think it's going to happen because I tried to ring up, and it just hasn't happened. So, just but no news. But I saw yesterday.
It's good news, I see.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But still haven't heard anything about the report. But I spoke to her. She sounded fine, but they're still going to make a decision on Mum. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah. Ian saying hi, John.
Big up, Ian, mate. Hi to you, man.
Stephen Hawker, hi guys,
Stephen.
hi to you, mate.
Big
Hope
up,
you're well.
Stephen.
We've only gone on to one player at the moment, John, so I'm going to quickly go to him, and I don't know if you might have saw, you might have missed it, but anyway, one player we are being linked with who's got 18 months left on his contract, and not the one you're thinking of, John. It's this one, Jonathan Tah of Bayer Leverkusen, 28-year-old, right centre-back. Rumours are he could go for about 25 to maybe 30 million. At 28, I still see he's at his peak, and we need somebody there who's a bit younger than Shea, because Shea, I think, is possibly starting to lose that a little bit now. Jonathan Tah, would you take him? Because I would, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a decent defender. I mean, he's in the team, and he's strong as an ox, 6'4", and defends properly. And I just think he's a really good defender. The problem is, I think Bayern Munich wants him as well, because Bayern looking for a defender as well for next season too. So just in case Eric Dyer doesn't pull up trees, like, okay, he's had a good season at Bayern, but they could do another defender. And I think Company do want another defender for me. But if Newcastle come against Bayern Munich, I just cannot see that move happening, Tony, because we just cannot compete with Bayern Munich at the moment in time. But he's the defender I take. But also as well, the owners are going to buy those type of defenders who's 28 without the resale value. That is another thing. Excuse me, because no one knows what's going on and what's going on behind the scenes. But I think for me, we need to get rid of Lascelles. Yeah, we've got to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, Fabian Schär, he's uncertain. Let's be honest. Lloyd Kelly will come good, but you can't judge him after the season. Like, do you know what I mean? But what we really need, Tony, we need a right side of mid. We need another striker. Yeah, yeah, defenders that would help, but we need to get that right side midfield fixed, and it has not been fixed since Rafa Benitez. That's the thing, and that's been going on for years and years and years, and he's fixing up. I mean, Miggy's been linked. I mean, you probably know about Miggy. You come to him later on, but yeah, for go back to Jonathan Tah, I think he's a good defender, rugged, and I think it will be a good buy. But I think Bayern wants him as well, so it's going to be a very difficult.
Thing is, though, John, if he wants to play Premier League football, he may think, do you know what? I want to move abroad. I want to go and play, say, Premier League football. And where you come in from, he might say, yeah, Bayern Munich are there, but I want to play Premier League football. He may have his heart set on playing in England.
Yeah, but I think this guy wants Champions League because he's had a taste of it. He had a taste of Champions League football. He's been at Bayer Leverkusen for 9 seasons, yeah, since 2015. Made over 268 appearances, 13 goals, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, personally, I see where you're coming from, Tony. I see exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But he's on the canny whack as well at Leverkusen. And he got Bayern Leverkusen to the final of the Europa League. And I think this guy will come to a club that plays European football. And at the minute, we cannot offer that. It depends where you finish, Tony. If you finish in Europe this season, then you may have a chance. But if you don't, then I just can't see this guy coming in because Bayern do want him.
There must be something in it because obviously there must be some sort going on somewhere that because apparently they said we've spoken to his representatives. So, that's the thing. I just want to say thank you to Ian Fleming, who was gifted a black and white membership. And that has gone to Clarky. So Clarky, who's in the chat tonight, Ian has gifted you a membership. So you are a member of
Ian.
the channel.
Could I just come back to that, Tony, as well? You touched on Jonathan Tah. There's reports here in Spain. Now, I don't trust them at all whatsoever, but you got a couple of various outlets as well. But yes, Bayern Munich, Jonathan Tah would not extend his contract until this season, but Barcelona want him as well.
Yeah. Wacky says nobody will be able to tell if Hall or Tino had a cold. They sound really congested anyway. And he says, big up, John. All right, mate.
Big up, Wacky.
Stephen says, Mia Drag Pivas will be back up, so till we get a Shaw replacement. Yeah, absolutely. He's doing his development. Come the summer, you'll need another left back for cover and the right back too, and the right centre back, depending on the Pivas development. And he goes on to say I figure there's 6 or 7 players to get rid of and 7 to come in. We definitely need rid of a few, but I would say getting Target Trips and Miggy off the payroll is a big thing. Absolutely. Right. Okay. So, as I say, we've had a look at Jonathan Tah, and as I say, we know. As I say, we have supposedly spoken to his representatives, but again, it's all paper talk until they're actually stand there wearing the black and white shirt. But again, when it's rumoured and they're linked, we have a look at these players, see what their strengths and weaknesses are, and see what they can offer to Newcastle United. So. We've had a look at Jonathan Tah. Right, now then, we're going to another centre-back. And yes, it's everybody's favourite centre-back. There he is, Mark Gee. Right, now then, Mark Gee. Again, still being rumoured to be linked. Apparently, we're going back in January. Now, look, I think, yes, okay, the summer, it went a bit tits up, I think, because Steve Parish played a game where he wasn't going to sell him, and he kept moving the goalposts. Every time we put a bid in, the goalposts would be shifted again. And that led to us wasting our time and effort on one player for the whole of the summer window, which, let's be honest, I think we could have done better in that department of going out for a right-side centre-back. But, as I say, he's back on the radar. Now, am I against this move? Do you know what? I'm not. If it comes to the winter window and say in January, we go in with an offer. Look, we could go in with an offer of 35 million because this guy's only got 18 months. He's going to only have 18 months left on his contract. So he ain't got a huge contract now. So Palace can't demand £70 million for him in January because they would absolutely get nowhere near that now. Palace have, let's just say, Palace have played a game which is now going to seriously backfire on them. And I feel if we don't get him in the winter window, I think we could end up going back for him in the summer. Now, I mean, look, we know he is a good defender in some ways. And let's be honest, he is. He's not crap. Palace are having a bit of a bad season at the moment. They're in the relegation zone. Now, if that's another thing Palace have got to look at. What they've got to realise is how do they manage the situation in January with Mark Gee? Do they say, right, okay, we take, say, 35 million for him in January? Because let's be honest, if Palace get relegated at the end of the season, if they go down at the end of the season, Palace, they ain't going to get anywhere near probably 30 million from Mark Gee. And that's the thing. No. And he doesn't want to play in the Championship. I mean, look, it is one of them things, isn't it? You know, it's a bit of a strange one. And I'm going to pull a picture up in a minute. And to say a picture can say 1,000 words, don't they? You know, that's what they can say. It can say 1,000 words a picture. Now, here's a picture in question. There we go. So, we could say naughty Newcastle admin doing this as well. So there's Livramento and Hall, obviously happy as Larry, because they've been playing for England. But the man behind the marquee doesn't look very happy at all. He looks a very despondent figure in the background there. Is he looking at them two players and thinking, I would love to be in their position. I would love to be Newcastle United playing. Have we turned his head? And is that why he is not playing so well for Crystal Palace? Because he is wanting out of Palace. And he's only knuckling down because he's playing for them. But he's not having the best of seasons. And could this just be that if we've turned his head and looking at that picture, that man looks very despondent on there, looking at saying, look what I could have been or where I could have gone to. And now I'm stuck at Palace. John, what's your thoughts on that? Would you still take Marquis?
If the money is right and you're not asking for stupid money, and then I'd take him because I think he's decent for England. But if he changed his career and came to Newcastle, then I'll go with Ian. No more than 50 mil. That's about it. But
yeah, same as well.
I would take him 110% because I think this guy is a really, really good defender. He really is, and it's been proved. He still have the best of starts this season. I can't lie. Excuse me, because his heads might have been turned, right?
But a lot of the Palace team haven't played well as well.
That's the problem. And losing Elise is a kick in the teeth for them. Do you know what I mean? Massive miss. And it's showing. But seeing that, I honestly think that we're going to keep going after this guy. If you're going to get him, it has to be in January. If not, his valuation will probably drop. And if it does, Liverpool could be after him as well because they want to defend that as well, just in case Van Dijk decides to move on from Liverpool because he's out of contract at the end of the season. So for me, they'll be looking for a defender, I'm sure. But my only concern is if Liverpool came in for him, guys, I think he ended up going to Liverpool. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But I hope if you do generally get for him, just say, look, 50 mil up front, right? Take it or leave it. You've got 18 months left on your contract. And if you don't want to accept it, we are walking away. And I said this before, guys, there are better defenders abroad.
Exactly, John. Absolutely.
And a lot of people, and especially on social media, say, get him, right? Because we're old enough to know what is needed. We know what goes on in and out of Newcastle United. Yeah, we've got about 130 year experience between us, right? Talking about Newcastle United, yeah? We know in and out, yeah? Paul Mitchell's brought in to find one of the youngest defenders in Europe. I want this club to turn like Leipzig, yeah? Go out there, get the best players, young defenders, go out there, right? And turn us into Leipzig, yeah? Because the way that club is run of the club, right? They got it so spot on. They get some quality players in, happy to pay the money, extend their contracts, and if they offer good money, that player goes, yeah? That is the thing. And I'll tell you something now, if Benjamin Sesko is ever available, right, I'll get that guy in straight away. If Isak goes, I'll get Benjamin Sesko straight away. That guy is going to be fantastic. But I'm sure you might talk about him later on, I'm not sure. But that's a guy, 50 mil. Take it or leave it. I'm happy to take it.
Yeah, I mean, Pete, your thoughts on the key?
No more than 50 million as well. If it's that in, they don't accept it, we move on immediately. But we try and go for this one very early. If we are going to try and go for him again, right, not later throughout the window. Go for it early. If they say no, just immediately walk away. And then that can give us time to look for other targets as well. So, but yeah, no more than 50 for me. And if he's not playing well at Palace, his price is going to well drop. Unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. It's as I say, I know it's still a bit of a thing why we're still looking at them and things like that. But you know what? We just have to see what happens on this one, and it's one to keep it's one to keep an eye on, isn't it? So yeah, we shall wait and see on that one. Right, okay. Question here from Thomas Boyce. He says, why are we on about Gui when Mitchell's pinned the Genk centre-back who's 22 and the Ecuadorian? I mean, the thing is, it's the media saying that we're linked to Gui again. And we're only looking at what it is. But the guy you're on about is Edson Montano. I mean, look, yes, he is young. And, you know, we could probably get him maybe, is it Edson Montano, I think he's called? Anyway, but yeah. I mean, look, I don't know what sort of money he's on. But yeah, I mean, look, what do you make of that Ecuadorian centre back? I think I'm not sure if he's called Montano or not because I can't remember his name now. I'm 100%, but he plays for Genk, doesn't he? Let's see if I can get it up on here. Genk. I can give his name. But anyway, yeah, we're after some centre back, aren't we, from there? Don't know how much you'd pay for him though. That's the thing. How much would they actually want from? You know?
What, quoted 20-25 million?
Is that what it is quoted at?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll come back to that one if we get his name. AC in Club Bruges, Joel Ordonez. Is that the one? Is it?
Even Thomas Boyce has just put the same name as well. 20 from Genk.
Oh, Joel Ordonez. Yeah, he's 20. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have a look at his stats. Club Bruges he plays for, not Genk. Yeah, so 20 years of age. He's about 6'2". Obviously, SofaScore saying he's worth 9.7 million euros. I think he's a bit worth more than that. But he is only 20 years of age. He started 9 out of 10 games. He's played 77 minutes per game. He hasn't scored a goal. He hasn't got an assist. He's created one big chance, though. His passing is accurate is 93% per game. He's been involved in a team that's kept 3 clean sheets. His ball recoveries are 2.5 per game, but that can improve. He's only 20, you know. He's had an error that's led to a goal, but none that's led to a shot, and he's not gave any penalties away. Look, a one not just for the now, but for the future as well. 2 yellow cards. So look, disciplinary record's pretty decent as well. Yeah, seems to be a bit of a good centre half, and there's a lot there to work on. Remember, a lot of people when we signed Anthony Gordon, they were a bit like, some people were on the fence about that signing. But what did I say? He's a rough diamond. He needs smoothing out. Look at the player he is now, Anthony Gordon. You know, they are, you know, and you look at Gordon now to what he was from Everton. He's improved massively since Everton. You know. So anyway, we'll go to the next player that we're going to have a look at on the list as well. Who is it? Will I go for? Yes, I'll go for this guy. I'll just I know somebody's mentioned this guy in the chat as well. Must have read my mind. Anyway, so let's get him on screen. There he is. His name is Igor Jesus, who plays for Botafogo in Brazil. 23 years of age. He's a striker. He's just started his career with the Brazilian international team. He's made one appear on the 10th of October. He made his debut and scored on his debut. So far this season, he started 12 out of 18 games. He's been in Team of the Week twice. He's played 63 minutes per game. He's got 5 goals. So that's not a bad little ratio. And he's got 1 assist as well. His accurate passing is 76% per game. He's created 4 big chances as well, which absolutely fantastic. Obviously, he's not for his defending, but his ball recoveries aren't bad for a forward player. He's had 2 yellow cards as well. And his goals, 1's come with his left foot, 4 with his right foot. So, look, doesn't seem too bad at all. Obviously, 23 years of age. Now, there is some rumour saying he's got an £87 million release clause. Which I'm not sure if that's true or not. Foxy's in the chat, he may know. SofaScore is worth about €6.2 million. He's contracted till New Year's Eve on 2027, so he's still got 3 years on his deal. So Botafogo could ask for a good figure for him as well. John, do you know much about Igor Jesus?
Tim Vickery spoke about this guy. I think it was last week. Yeah, he's been linked to West Ham United as well, right? But this guy is a really, really good player. He really is. I mean, he's big and strong. He looks. You look at the size. He's only 5'10", right? I think it might be more than that. But both good feet, scores, good in the air, and I tell you what, he's at the right age where he can actually move on from Brazilian football. Because if you're going to move on to Europe, you have to move around now, not when you're 26, 27, before it's too late. But he had 4 seasons before that with Shabib Ali, and he scored 34 goals in 66 appearances, yeah? But this guy is a really, really good striker. He really is. But I think he's Premiership ready made, Premier League ready. I really do think that, but I don't think they get rid of him yet because Botafogo are in the Copa Libertadores as well, and they're playing. I think they're playing against Athletic Mineiro, the fellow Brazilian club as well. So they're loath to lose him just for the final. But if they keep him, I think Botafogo will win that. No problems at all. So they're having a really good season. I think they're top of the league, by the way, in the Serie A Brazilian league. But this guy. I think if he comes to Newcastle, right, then you have no problem settling because you've got Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton as well at the club. So they will look after him well, Tony. I really do. But like I said, West Ham will look after him as well. And that's down to Paul Mitchell. I mean, we need to get strikes coming in because I've got a funny feeling that Isak's going to be heavily linked to Arsenal in the summer. And we need to keep Isak for a long, long time. We're a project, right? We lose Isak. We're going to go from phase 3 back to phase 1. Excuse me. You can't get rid of your best strikers, Tony. You just can't get rid of your best strikers. You cannot. We got to let them know we want to keep this player. We want to keep this player. I still think you get European football this season, but we've got to get Isak final Senenaz. But as to Igor Jesus, like I said, I don't know a lot about him. But for what I told by Tim Vickery, he's a really good striker, and I think he's worth a punt.
Pete, what's your thoughts?
Sounds like a really promising young player. And you keep saying as well, Tony, we should be looking to explore the South American market as well.
Yeah, we should be. We should be exploring the South American market a lot more because, you know,
absolutely. Look at some of the talent that come through. Have some of our players started in Brazil as well? Yes, they have.
Yeah.
Started their careers off Brazil, haven't they? Yes, Bruno as well.
Yeah.
Look at players like Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. Did they start off in Brazil as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to start somewhere, haven't you?
That's it.
Agree. You have to. You have to agree. You have to start somewhere. I think this guy, if given a chance, I mean, it may take a couple of seasons in the Premier League, but he'll be fine. Look at Joe Linton. First season, woeful. Second season, is he going to improve? I'm so sure. And then Eddie Howe comes in and turn him into a very good player.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we're looking there at the forwards at the moment. Right, let's just nip into some comments and see what people are saying in the comments. Foxy says Independiente Deval graduate. They produce them every year. Yeah. Thomas says, what do you think of the new 80,000 stadium being mooted for a choice over St James's Park? I mean, look, I mean, it's not official what they're doing yet, but we've got what we've got to look at is, now, I've said this many a time, we love St James's Park, but we've got to look at the future. Now, there's a lot of fans want to get into St James's Park, but we can't at the moment because only 52,000 can get in. And trying to get tickets, I think the ballot system is a weird system, if you ask me. It doesn't work as far as I'm concerned. You go back to the old ways of letting people sit in the queue and go and choose their seats, because I don't think the ballot works, if I'm honest. I've entered a few this season and not won one. But then I've seen people put on there saying they've won every ballot so far, and it's like, well, hang on, what's going on here? How are they winning these ballots, you know? So, look, I think the time's going to come that we have to move from St James's Park, because if we can't expand St James's Park where it is, but even if St James's Park had to move just into Leazes Park, and you build your 80,000 seater there, and then where St James's Park is now, you move that bit of Leazes Park into there, then you're sort of gaining, aren't you? It's a catch-22 situation. The only way you could really, because when you look at St James's Park, the East Stand, where it's at, and the housing behind it as well, that listed buildings. So you're restricted. You're absolutely restricted. So I think we can't have it both ways. And as much as we want to stay at St James's Park, we might have to say we have to move. But even if we're only moving just a little bit into Leazes Park, I'm up for that, because we're still going to be in the centre of Newcastle. Still going to be in the centre of Newcastle, and the businesses are not going to lose out. I don't want us moving the stadium out of town, out of the city. No. I want it to stay in the city. So, look, I know there's not a lot of places in the city centre available. But look, I'm sure the club are talking, and look, I think they said there's going to be some sort of announcement January. So look, let's wait till January. Let's not speculate too much on that, and we'll see what happens. Wacky says he's already in black and white. That's Igor Jesus, yeah. Amazing work from Botafogo. If they get over 40 million to sign him for nothing 4 months ago, sell him when he's overhyped. John, no, we think they afford 120 plus million. Thomas says, John, we are building the biggest striker in the league. You've seen the new 93,000 Saudi stadium being built?
I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't.
No?
Because what's going on with me mum in a minute, so we'll catch up on that. What's it like? Yeah. What's it like?
I don't know, John. Not one player anywhere under contract. Stars are going nowhere. The Saudis aren't a selling club, says Stephen Archer. Only problem with players from outside the EU is work permits if they aren't regular first team starters. That's the thing, yeah. Ricardo says, hello, Tony. Seen you at the Lairds, Hussein Bellas last week. Bought you a few at mines. Smash and crack, pal. Boy, you can drink. That wouldn't have been me, mate. Certainly not me. But yeah, thank you very much indeed. Where's the stadium getting built? I thought they were going to tell us in Jan. That's what I'm saying, Alan. Yeah. David says the west coast of Scotland benefits from the Gulf Stream climate and palm trees. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Mason says evening gallants. Get off, Mason. Yeah, I thought it was beginning of the 2025. Thomas says, watch the fans event last night when the chief man in charge said the new stadium they're up and move because it will double the income. I haven't seen any of that, mate, to be honest with you, but I will give it a watch. Right. The next player I'm going to go to is another player we've been linked with recently. I mean, we've been linked with this player a few times, but I think it was last month, October, I saw this report going around. And this guy is a right winger as well, which we need a right winger. Now, well, he can play. He plays midfield left, but he can't play on the right, apparently. I mean, look, we've seen Joe Linton play there. Now, people are probably saying, oh, well, keep Joe Linton there. But I don't want to keep Joe Linton there because what if he just has a massive downturn in form on the right and all of a sudden, you know, and it goes all pear-shaped for him. We don't want that to happen. Plus, okay, he's doing it at the moment. But again, once teams work out what he's doing, they'll double up on him. With what happened with Almiron. So, you know, and I'm not saying Joe Linton's in the same league as Almiron, by the way, but I would like to keep Joe Linton more left. I like him on the left wing, but I thought he played great on the right. When he switched to the right against Forest, I thought he looked decent. He looked different altogether, and he got his goal. And do you know what? I just thought, wow, we're actually blessed with people who can go and actually play on the right. Gordon, you know, Joe Linton now. Harvey Barnes can probably play there as well. But anyway, this player we've been linked with is an Argentinian called Kevin Zenin. He's high pressing and playmaking. As I say, he is a left midfielder, but and he's left footed. But again, he could be a right. I've heard people saying he can play right, but I've not seen him on the right. I've seen him mostly playing left. SofaScore have got him rated around about 9.4 million euros. They're saying about 12 million quid, and we would, you know, that would probably see him off. Everton have actually been linked with him as well. But so far this season, he's played 13 games. He started 13 games out of 14 he's played. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist. But again, I don't really know a lot about this guy. He's 23 years of age now. The last game, I mean, he played a game on the 11th of November as well. He got 7.3 in that game when they played Sarmiento away. And he played 28 minutes. He got a goal in that 28 minutes he was on the pitch. He had 25 touches of the ball. 9 out of 9 passes were accurate. He made 1 key pass, 2 out of 3 crosses accurate, 2 shots on target, 1 out of 4 dribble attempts were successful. He hit the woodwork once, missed 1 big chance. He won 2 out of 7 ground duels, didn't win his aerial duel. He was only one of them anyway. He lost possession 5 times. He gave away 1 foul and he was fouled once as well. So he had a good game in that one. I'll come to you, John. Kevin Zenin, yes or no?
I don't know too much about this guy, I'm not going to lie. But, I mean, it'd be worth... How old is he, Tony? Don't mind me asking. How old is he?
23.
20? Yeah, I mean, if he's going to move away from Argentina, he needs to be aware by this season, where possible, because anything over that age, then it's going to be a problem. It's going to be too late for him. But for me, if you're going to get him, it has to be now. If you give him another season or so, then me personally, I wouldn't have him.
No.
Because of his age. But
yeah,
if he's a young talent, he's like 19, 20, I'd take a punt on this guy.
Pete, what about you?
Again, another one is from South America.
Yeah.
Why not? Again, very young lad. And again, we need to sort that position out. So again, I don't. Hopefully, he might not be. He probably will cost that much as well, I would say. But yeah, again, it's a position, as I mentioned, we need to really, really strengthen as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's certainly one to look at, isn't it? But yeah. As John says, though, it's his age, isn't it, as well, 23. That's the thing. I mean, another player we've been linked with as well is a fella called William Gomez, 18 years of age, plays for Sao Paulo. Now, who happens to be on loan at Sao Paulo at the minute? Oh, yeah, Jamal Lewis. Yeah. The forgotten man, Jamal Lewis. But again, this guy's a left winger. Why are we looking at left wingers?
Which we don't really need.
Don't really need it.
I mean, he's 18 years of age. And look, this season, I'll just go through his stats. He started 3 out of 7 games. He's got 2 goals, no assists at the moment. His best game came on the 15th of December when he got a scoring of 8 in that game. When Sao Paulo beat Cruzeiro 1-0. He played 73 minutes of that game. He scored the goal that won the game. He had 1 shot on target, which was his goal. He had 2 off target. He had 1 shot blocked. 3 out of 4 dribbled attempts were successful. 26 touches of the ball. 8 out of 10 passes were accurate, giving him 80% accuracy. 3 key passes he made. He got 1 out of 2 cross accurate. His 1 long ball was accurate. He won 4 out of his 7 ground duels. He won 1 out of 3 of his aerial duels. He lost possession 6 times. He was offside once as well. And he made 1 tackle and he done a dribble past as well. And that was against Cruzeiro. Yeah, I mean, look, they're saying he's worth about 4.7 million euros. This is what SofaScore are saying. He's contracted 2028. Again, it's a youngster. But then, could you convert him to a right winger? Because he's only 18. He's got plenty of time to grow. Obviously, we're looking at this guy. So, it's a possibility. Foxy's got a question, John. Would you take Thiago Almada?
He plays for both. Does he play for Botafogo? I know he scored lots of goals in America.
Atlanta. Yeah.
Atlanta. Yeah, scored lots of goals for them. But when
Botafogo. Yeah.
Botafogo. The guy's got potential.
He's 23.
He's got potential. But I don't know a lot about this guy, to be honest with you. I really, really don't heard of him, but I don't know a lot about this guy. But
this season, he started 12 out of 13 games, John. He scored 1 goal and got no assists yet.
That ain't good. I don't know what's going on there, but that's not good, isn't it? Because they paid a lot of money for this guy as well, I think. Where could buy?
Yeah. Well, if you go back to the MLS when he played there,
he was really good.
16, he started out with 17 games, got 6 goals and 1 assist. That was in the 24. But if you go back to 23, I think that was his best season, wasn't it? He played all 33 games and he scored 12 goals and got 16 assists. But then a certain Mr. Almiron done exactly the same.
This is it.
And I'm not slating Almiron, by the way. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. But then you could always argue that Almiron has never ever been played in his best position. The only manager that has played Almiron in his proper position consistently is Rafa Benitez when he first joined. And Benitez was only there till the end of the season and he went. And then he got bruised.
He did. Which is not good.
Not good. Right, let's have a look at some players that are potentially could be leaving the club. Now this is going on some reports are supposedly saying this. Now, the first one is, there you are, Callum Wilson. Apparently, Newcastle are willing to listen to offers for Callum Wilson in January, and Eddie Howe is happy for him to go in January if we have a replacement. He's not kicked a ball this season yet. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I want your thoughts on this, you, John and Pete. And I'm going to come to you first, Pete. But the devil's advocate that I'm going to play here is Callum Wilson still injured or is he fit? Because if I look at this, I think he's fit. And I think what the club are doing is they just keep putting out spin that he's not ready yet, because they're frightened of him getting an injury because he doesn't play more than 2 games before he's injured. And they want to sell him in January. So I think they're keeping him fresh to get rid of him in January. Am I just playing devil's advocate, or could I be right there, Pete?
Good point. It could well be. You just never know. Or do they want to keep him for Monday? Is he going to be back for Monday? Because he likes goals against West Ham as well. It's a very tough one, isn't it? So, but or are they just playing it safe for them to make sure that he is definitely ready? So they don't want him to risk it happening again. It's a really hard one, this one. It really, really is. But in terms of Callum Wilson, would I move him on? Yes, I think I would. He cannot stay fit. We know he scores goals, but the injury problems are just an absolute nightmare, Tony. Missing more games than he's played for at the club. 32. You can get him in the money off him. Contract runs at the end of the season. If we got him some money in January, that would be good. It's time he left now. It's because of his injuries now. They're just piling up now, and it's just becoming a joke now. It really, really is. Because he's just so made of glass now. Again, not just for us, but Bournemouth particularly as well.
I mean, the thing is, I'll see. He was supposed to come back, I think, was it for the Tottenham game? And he was injured still. Then he wouldn't be back till after the first international break.
Still injured.
Then there was another setback. He won't be back till after the next international break. And we've still not got him back yet. And we've had 3 international breaks now. So that's why I'm thinking he's fit, and I think the club are just don't want to risk him. John, what do you think?
I'll kind of agree with you guys. I mean, look, everyone knows he's injury prone, right? And I'm not being funny, but Callum Wilson is a great servant for a football club, right? What he's done at the club, I'm not being funny, but I'm so blessed with the goals he scored for us and the contributions got as well. But for me, I mean, I think he needs to be moved on. If he's fit, move him on in January, because I just don't think, in my opinion, that he's going to do it anymore. His injury record's not great, I know Eddie wants to keep him, but he has to understand that Callum Wilson's injury prone. You cannot be loyal to your players all the time. Do you know what I mean? You can't stay loyal. You just got to say, right, you know what? You got to make a tough decision. You have to break it to him and say, look, we need to get a younger striker coming in. So it's going to come in and make a difference. Yeah. We cannot allow you, Callum, anymore. That is it.
Yeah. Foxy says Diego Almada has been sensational for Botafogo, reason why they are top the league and in final of the Libertadores. He says a big example is that the stats don't tell the true story. So maybe, yeah. Absolutely, Foxy. And Daniela, hi, Daniela.
Hi, Daniela.
Not seen you for a while, but obviously you're looking forward to West Ham game on Monday, or are you going to watch it behind the cushion? She says, like I said, another 2 transfer short today. I don't see big money being spent in January by any club. Do you know what? I don't either. I really don't. So I've got to tend to agree with you on that one. Right, the next player we're going to look at is, now this is another one. Newcastle are potentially wanting to move on in January. And again, Eddie Howe said, happy for this player to move on as long as we have a replacement. And that is Kieran Trippier. Now then, he's 34. We know he's had some problems with his personal life, and we're not going to delve into it or anything like that whatsoever. We know he's had them problems. We also know that if he was to go abroad and have one last hurrah and big payday abroad, he would absolutely take it, I think, with what's been going on in his personal life, maybe. And with the resurgence of Livramento this season as well, obviously Livramento did have a drop in form. Trippier come in, but since Livramento's come back in, he's been absolutely great. And Newcastle obviously looking at the future and thinking Livramento's now the future right back. He's just made his debut for England as well on Sunday against Republic of Ireland after being in all the squads. I'm going to start with you on this one, Pete. Kieran Trippier. He's been great for the club. He's been a fantastic servant. He was our first signing under the new ownership. He's been great. He's been a breath of fresh air. He's been a true leader in the club. You know, he's settled players in. Tonali come in and he told him, anything you want, come and see me, all this. Yes, it'd be sad to see him go, but I think at 34, if we can get a little bit of money for him, I think, yes, it's a done deal in January. What about you, Pete?
I agree. Yeah. Agent player now, 34. Fortunately, not getting any younger. He knows he's probably not the first choice right back here at the club anymore since Tino looks like he's got that role now as well, and is really, really improving on his game now by the looks of it as well. So which is really good to see. But yeah, but he's been brilliant. Great, a fantastic servant. But yeah, it's time. It's time he moves on now, because I think his place has become well and truly under threat now, unfortunately. We've still got Kraft as well. So what makes you think there's still possibility Kraft could still get opportunities this season? There's talk of extending his contract as well. So, yeah, it's time Trippier unfortunately moved on. Again, just to get, if he needs some game time now, because he's not guaranteed it here anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And John, what about your thoughts on Kieran Trippier, if the club are happy to move him on in January?
Personally, I mean, I'm not Newcastle's not going to talk about it here, but I think he needs to be moved on. Kieran Trippier, he's been fantastic for the club. First signing, what he's done at the club is amazing, and I will vouch him for that. But for me, Livramento's playing so well at right back, I just can't see a place for him. I mean, like Pete said, Emil Kraft's going to sign a new one-year deal. Where's that leave Kieran? That's the thing. That means you have 3 right backs at the club, really. Then Emil Kraft plays centre back. But for me, it'll be 35 September. Yeah. And I think the World Cup's coming up in 2026. Now, Kieran Trippier might not get in the first team. So he had to go elsewhere for it. Yeah, but I love him. But we have to move on now, because we need to have younger players coming through the club, vibrance as well. And this is where Eddie needs to be ruthless here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, if someone came with an offer, then I wouldn't step in the guy's way. Because if we're going to move on to the club, we've got to keep turning over in this as well. He's on a canny wages a week as well, by the way, which will help PSR. So that's another thing. He's on 120k a week. That fees it up. And hopefully that Livramento lose all of the future at the club.
Wacky says 4, including Ashby, John. Yeah, absolutely. Harris Ashby, forgot about him.
Ashby, I think.
Personally, I think he needs to. Not sure Ashby. I can't judge him. I just can't really judge him. He's too injury prone as well. He's too injury prone.
I just don't think Ashby's going to be the one as well.
A mate of mine who was a West Ham fan, he was gutted when Ashby left.
I know. I mean, West Ham weren't happy about him leaving, but for me, I think Harry Ashby needs another season out on loan. Where's he at? Is he at Swansea?
QPR on it.
QPR.
How many games has he played?
What for QPR?
Aye.
I don't know how many he's played. For
Well, I think
QPR.
Wacky's just made a good point. Isn't good, in my opinion. He's stalled in development. Well, Wacky will probably have a good more knowledge since Ashby's been at West Ham.
He started 5 games out of 7. And on his defending, he's had no errors that's led to shots or goals or anything. He's not injured. He's just not getting in the team.
So what's the point then going out on loan? You're not going to get a game.
Yeah.
What is this? Just pointless. Absolutely pointless. Do you know what I mean? But I fear for him. I fear for him, man, because he's not getting any development at the club. He's not.
No. He's not at all.
That's the problem. And he needs to be guessing game time.
Right, another player that we are willing to get rid of in January as well. There he is, Miggy Almiron. Now then, if you look at right wingers, he's probably 4th choice because whoever's playing on that right wing at the minute, if it's Gordon or it's Joe Linton, they're ahead of Almiron straight away. On the bench, if you look at the bench, when we're bringing players off the bench, they're ahead of Almiron before he even comes on. Harvey Barnes, ahead of Almiron. When he's fit, Jacob Murphy is ahead of Almiron, coming off the bench. So you look at it and you think, right, okay, with Miggy, yeah, he doesn't seem to be a favourite of Eddie's anymore. Now, the thing is, he's on 60 grand a week. There's talks of River Plate looking at him. But are they going to pay 60 grand a week wages? No. Charlotte FC, are they going to pay 60 grand a week wages? No chance. So I think probably the best move for Miggy, if he can get the wages, would probably be Saudi, in all honesty. Look, he's had a mixed time at Newcastle United. A couple of seasons ago, he was electric. He was having his own goal of the month competition. Last season wasn't as great as it was the season before. Is his time now coming to an end at Newcastle United? I would say yes. I think it is. But there is rumours going around that apparently there's an extension that can be triggered now and he can sign an extended contract. And his agents also come out and said that he won't go for less money than he's on at the moment. So it's a bit of a funny one. I'm going to start with you on this one, John. Miggy Almiron. I know I would absolutely say yes, let the guy go in January. But will he ever leave this club, John? Or do you think the only way he can leave is if he's out of contract?
Well, he should never be offered a 3-year contract in the first place, based on that performance, scoring 12 goals, right? I mean, I love Miggy, don't get us wrong, but he needs to follow the Alan Saint-Maximin route and say, look, I understand you need to get rid of us because of the money, blah, blah, blah. I'm happy to move on, yeah? But if you flip it the other way, you can't force a player out of the football club. You just cannot force them out. Excuse me, down the contract, yeah? Now, he's lucky he's done a Paraguayan team. Very, very lucky, because I'll tell you one thing for sure. If he wasn't in there, he'd be on the crossroads, Miggy. But, and look, first off, I'm glad he's getting games for Paraguay. Sorry, Foxy. But for me, a lot of fans want him gone, but I don't want to upset Foxy, man. Do you know what I mean? But I think personally, if I'm my way, we need someone's going to come in and make a difference. That is the thing. I don't know what you think, Tony, but for me, I mean, the reason no one went after him, because they're not going to pay 60K a week. It's just no way. No other club would pay that sort of money. That is the thing. And it's just worrying. And I just don't think he's paying the was. I'll go with you, Julie. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not sure, man. Listen, I think he needs to move on and start Pashas new, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He has to, and give someone else a go. Do you know what I mean? And gets a right winger, and then someone's going to come in and make a difference, man.
Yeah.
That guy from Ipswich. That guy from Ipswich. What's his name? Is it Stevenson, or whatever his name is? The guy plays on the right.
Oh, Maury Hutchinson.
Oh, Hutchinson. We should be all over that guy. Obviously not this season, but next season.
Yeah, he has to. Pete, your thoughts, Mickey Almiron?
Time to leave now. Really, really has been here a long time since Rafa got him into the club. Yeah, he's going down the pecking order now. What does that tell you now? If other players are ahead of him now, it's time he leaves. It's really, really time he has to go now.
He's still got 2 years on his contract, Almiron, but there's talks today that he could be getting another extension, but I don't know how. We need to say no.
You have to say no, because the thing is, so if he triggers another year, then we're not going anywhere as a football club. I'm telling you, seriously. Yeah, and that's the problem.
Foxy says Miggy best player on the pitch lately for Paraguay, even against the world champions, had Messi looking like a part-timer. That's the thing. But the thing is, though, Foxy, right? And this goes back to what I keep saying. Look, it's not a criticism of Eddie Howe, but this goes back to the management at Newcastle, Eddie Howe, and at Steve Bruce as well. Not one of them are giving them the strength by playing them on the left consistently. And what I mean by consistently is you need to be playing on the left all the time. Consistency is the key. And the thing is, for Paraguay, he's playing on the left. All the time he's on the left. This is why I'm saying the only Newcastle manager that played him in his rightful position was Rafa Benitez. And that's going back to when he first came to the club. So that's why I don't think we're seeing the best of Miggy at Newcastle United. I really don't. And I've said that for a long time. I've said that for the last year and a half. You know, look when he came on against Man United. Look against Man United in the Carabao Cup last year when he played on the left. He scored. He was absolutely brilliant that night. But then the following game, he's moved back to right wing. There's no consistency there, so he's not going to be consistent for us. And I just don't think we've seen. I just don't think we're getting the best out of him playing him on the right. I really, really don't. And Foxy may actually agree with me on this one, but I think he needs to be playing more on the left. If I look at his games that he's played, so he played against Bolivia on the 19th of November, just the other day. And Paraguay obviously drew 2-2, and he was substituted for Ramon Sosa, who plays for Forest. Right. If we look at Miggy's stats, 86 minutes played, 1 goal, 47 touches, 36 out of 39 accurate passes. He made 2 key passes. His 1 cross was accurate. 1 out of 3 long balls were accurate. He had 1 shot on target, 1 off target, 1 blocked. He won 2 out of 3 ground duels. Didn't have any aerial duels. He lost possession 5 times and he was fouled twice. He didn't do any fouls. So that's against Bolivia. Now, the game Foxy's on about is Argentina, when Paraguay beat Argentina 2-1. And this was on the 14th of November. So Miggy played 89 minutes, had 34 touches of the ball, 11 out of 14 passes accurate, 1 key pass made, 1 out of 5 crosses accurate, 1 long ball accurate, 1 dribble attempt was successful. He won 5 out of 7 ground duels in that game. Lost possession 11 times. He was fouled 3 times. He made 1 foul and he was offside once. And he done a clearance as well. And he made a tackle. And that was against Argentina, the world champions, by the way. Now, if I look if I click on that game against, so if I look at the game against Argentina, or I'll go to his latest one, actually, Bolivia, Paraguay, when they drew 2-2 away to Bolivia. Almiron started on the left. He was the left. So they played a 4-4. Sorry, they played a 5-4-1 formation. Paraguay. So they played 5 at the back, 4 in the midfield. Almiron was on the left in that game. So that's what I'm saying. He's playing on the left for Paraguay. I don't think we're playing him to his strengths. I really don't. Do you agree with me or not? Or do you think I'm talking a whole load of bull? Because I've always said Almiron's better on the left.
Yeah,
good
you
point
said
there,
that.
Tony. Definitely a good point.
Yeah. Boxy says too late for him now. With us 5 years at the club, hasn't been using his natural position, being scapegoated, playing out of position for years. River is perfect for him, but less than £10 million. Yeah. Wacky says he'll have a cheeky bid for Delap at Ipswich, going to be a top player. The thing is, right, I don't know why we weren't all over Liam Delap. Right, I'm not going to have a go at Osula, but we've paid £10 million plus £5 million in add-ons for Osula, which is £15 million. Ipswich bought Delap from City for £15 million. Now, he's moved from the northwest to East Anglia. He could have made the trip from the northwest to the northeast if we'd got him. And at £15 million, we could have had a bargain on our hands there. He would have been the perfect backup for Isak. He could have come off the bench and got vital goals for us, like he's done for Ipswich. He starts games for Ipswich. You know, the guy has done really well for Ipswich this season. He really has. And I just do not know why we were not all over this. Why we weren't even looking at him. You know, was this because of the Gee situation? We're too busy for Mark Gee. But the guy's only 21 years of age, the son of Liam Delap, who had that terrific throw on him. Was like a rocket launcher, wasn't it? But it got Stoke a lot of goals. But this season, he's played 11 games, started 10 of them. He's got 6 goals in 11 games. That's a 1-2 ratio and 1 assist. You know? He scored 4 with his left foot and 2 with his right foot. He hasn't even got a headed goal. His goal conversion's 35%. His expected XG for the season was 2.4. Well, he's already exceeded that. He's got a scoring frequency of 131 minutes. We should have been all over that. I'm afraid. I think we missed out there. I really do. I think we missed a trick. All because Jason Tyndall said, "Oh, you wanted Osula."
Yeah, man.
What do you?
How
do you
many
think?
games?
Do you think we missed out?
Possibly could well have. Might not have got the start. Could have made a difference if Isak needed to be taken off. Because I think what is happening at the moment, Isak's at times is running out of gas, and then he's not changing him. Well, he's not bringing Osula on.
Because when he came on against Chelsea, he hit the post, and that he looked all right then.
He did, yeah.
But does Eddie not see potential in him? Maybe, I don't know.
Should start giving him more game time, because that's how a player's only going to improve it unless you give him the game time. Osula's still a young lad. He's got loads of time still to develop as a player, but he's not going to improve if he's not getting the minutes.
Other players we need to get rid of. Matt Target needs to go.
Yeah, definitely another one.
We don't need him. He's nowhere near first choice left back now because Lewis Hall's first choice. And then if you want to, you could always throw Dan Burn in there as second choice left back, and you could always throw Lloyd Kelly in there.
I think we would need to get a backup left back, Tony, because Burn shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, we will do, yeah. No.
Target's just stealing a wage now, unfortunately.
There's too many hangers on at that football club, and we need to get rid of some of those players the latest part of summer. Do you know what I mean? If you're not on the team, go and get your football elsewhere. Don't just sit around, pick up your pay packet, because that ain't good. Do you know what I mean? And there's too many players at this football club that's done this, guys. Do you know what I mean? So that money, that wages could have gone on, a better Isak's wages, could have gone on and buy better players. Do you know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, right, those players, right, just do not care. And you need to get them out, yeah? Get them out. Let them play football elsewhere.
Now, I'm going to briefly go on to one player who I think should have a loan move in January, because I feel for this guy. He looked good in pre-season. Had a chance in pre-season for us. Looked really good. We're putting 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Why are we wasting 2 keepers on the bench? Why is this lad getting to go on the bench? Why is this lad coming on and having minutes in the Premier League? Because he's a box of tricks. And there he is. That is Trevin Sanusi. Now, yes, we know he's only 17. He's a raw talent. But come on. Why, instead of having 2 goalkeepers on the bench, take one of the goalkeepers off and give this lad a bench space, and then say to him, right, there's 10 minutes left. Go on then. Get on there, Sanusi. See what you can do. Do your worst. Do your worst. And I'm telling you now, he would terrify some of these defenders, because when he was playing in pre-season, the Japanese defenders didn't know which way he was going. The guy's going to be one hell of a talent. He's going to be a hell of a player, I reckon. And I think we should have been giving him some chances in this on the bench, even if you just bring him off the bench just for 10-minute cameos. You know, he can play on the left wing, no problem at all. So I think a loan move in January, but it's got to be to see someone like a Championship club or something, because I think he's too good for League One, if I'm honest. Thoughts, Pete?
Young lad, one for the future by the sound of it as well. Is he too important for the under-23s at the moment? Which is why he's not making the bench at least. Maybe. But he's definitely 17-year-old. That's a long time. Still a very long time to develop as a player. I don't think we've had 2 keepers on the bench as of late, though, Tony.
No, we haven't, no.
But I can see where you come from when we used to have it there, 2 keepers on the bench. So...
Your thoughts, John? Trevin Sanusi?
I think he needs to... I don't think Ed's going to let him go on loan in January. I really don't. But I think he should get some game time. Put him to a club, right, where they got a chance to get him promoted, like to League One, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Like Stockport County. Now, that'd be a move for him. Send to Stockport County. I think he'd be brilliant there. Do you know what I mean? Because I watched that game on Saturday against Wrexham, and they look a good team. It looks a good side. You know? They just need someone's going to produce a bit of magic, and I think Stockport will be fine. But send that to League One, and then to a top side, and then hopefully maybe Birmingham City. I think he'd do well there. But he's got to start somewhere. But
that's where he came from, Birmingham, John. That's where we signed him from.
Oh, Birmingham. Okay, cool. Well, for me, I just think you need to get him out on loan somewhere then, because he's such a talent. I don't want to waste this talent, man. But we see what happens in January, but he needs game time. And I'll tell you one thing. If he doesn't, give him a chance. Give him a go over Miggy.
Yeah.
Get him in.
I mean, last season in Premier League 2, he only played 3 games for us, but got 1 goal in them 3 games. I mean, his latest game, he played for the England under-18s against Germany. I don't know if he was a starter, though. No, he wasn't a starter. I think he came on as a substitute, I think. Just having a look now.
I know he played against them in the pre-season friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he didn't play at all. But Leo Shahar was playing there. But yeah, I mean, look, he's got to. Yeah, he's got to. He's got to be given a chance somewhere along the line. But we'll just have to wait and see on that one.
Needs to.
Right, guys, we're going to come to the end of the show because it's been a great show, and also Pete has got a show at 10 o'clock as well. I'll start with you, Pete, because so you can get yourself away because you're going to get ready. Let people know where they can find you, and what have you got coming up in 15 minutes, my friend?
So down there, Petey Proudlock, my preview's at 10 o'clock. Again, if you're wondering why it's late tonight, we have a West Ham fan joining us tonight as well, who's from America. So that's why we've had to go a little bit later for tonight because of the time zones. Over there, the guy says he's about 6 hours behind us as well. So, yeah, that is at 10 o'clock. Shame, unfortunately, no show, crazy show tomorrow night because I'm in Edinburgh for 2 nights. So next, the content after that will be pre-recorded, will be after the match on Saturday. Quick thoughts, fan reactions as well, because I'll be at the game as well. And the next day will be the match review and the player ratings show on Tuesday.
Excellent, Pete. Excellent. Thanks for coming on tonight, Pete. I'll let you go because I know you've got to get yourself ready and you might want to grab yourself a drink or whatever. And enjoy Edinburgh. Don't get too drunk, mate. Okay.
Try not to. I'm sure.
Plenty Wetherspoons is all right up there. It's nice. It's a bit more expensive than the other Wetherspoons, but it's nice.
I'm sure it'll still be a bargain there, Tony.
Oh, God, yeah. Make sure you get it. Yeah, just get the Godfather picture. That's lovely.
Nobody says.
See you, Pete.
See you later, Pete. Take care, my guy. Take care.
And John, what have you got coming up? If you can let people know what you got coming up and where's your next adventure's taking you to before Newcastle go back to 3 o'clock games on the Saturday?
Yeah, that'll be that Newcastle Leicester will be on December the 14th. I'll be there. And I mean, look, I'm not doing as much live shows, which I will be back soon. Where that be, I don't know. But what I'm doing in the meantime, I'm doing a different adventure for my channel, and I want to push it out there because I want to get myself on the shortlist next year for Football Creator. That's all I want to do. And I think if I do this content as well, it's called hospitality contents and matchday vlogs and different stadiums as well. And I'll be doing that. Hospitality, just go in, have a 3-course meal, make a verdict on it, speak to the people in there, get a couple of interviews and that as well. And then do the matchday vlogs on top as well and that as well. So I'll be doing that. So I can't wait for that. So the next adventure on Saturday will be Northampton against Cambridge United at Sixfield Stadium. Never done Northampton. And it should be about close to 7,000 fans going there pretty much to sell out. And I'll be doing, like I said, hospitality, 3-course meal. I'll probably go on the pitch, like a tour before dinner, and then get the opportunity to speak to the guys that's going to talk to us. And I'm looking forward to it because my channel now is going to be taking to different adventures like Morecambe, Blackpool, Forest Green Rovers, Wickham, back to Newcastle, Torquay. I'm going to do a local one, hopefully Chippenham against Bath City on December the 26th. I'm going to do the big one, Celtic, on the 29th. Hopefully Man U Newcastle if I get a ticket. Maybe, but I think I might be working that day, so I'm not sure I'm going to make that game, unfortunately. And Plymouth and Bristol City on the 1st of Jan. So I'll be going to all those stadiums. I'm going to get my name out there, talk to the fans, and tell them what I'm all about. And it's going to be fantastic vlogs. Keep your eyes out.
Oh, thanks very much, John. I mean, thank you, Ian, for your £2 super chat. He says, great show, guys. Thank you very much, Ian. Of course. Alan says, bye-bye to you, Alan. I mean, look, what have I got coming up? Well, obviously, we've had the transfer show tonight. Monday, there'll be the pre-match. Probably over the weekend, I may do a preview. Might be pre-recorded, but I'll put out there. But the pre-match will be here on Monday, ahead of the game on Monday night. Saturday, I'm away to a game as well, and I'm going in hospitality as well.
Which one, Tony?
I've not mentioned that one yet.
No, that's fine.
I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that for now.
Cool.
But guys, you will find out, and that vlog will be then uploaded on my other channel, which is the Footy channel. So if you haven't yet subscribed to that, then do have a check it out. But yeah, so I will be doing the hospitality. Did have a question about the hospitality, I think, from Foxy. The hospitality is expensive in the UK. It depends where you go, Foxy. I mean, I know Newcastle's rooftops is £650 a game, which is ridiculously expensive. Ooh. I'm sorry. Liverpool's £1,000. You don't even get a drink. Don't even get a free soft drink. But
if you go to Real Betis, if you go to Real Betis against Sevilla, which I'll be going March the 30th, that is 220 quid.
But I went to Brackley Town a month ago, and I had a 2-course meal, free program, team sheet, sat in the director's area, and that was 50 quid hospitality. If you go to lower league sites, yes, but it's great to give the lower league sites some money because look, they rely on your money, you know. I sometimes go down and watch my local non-league side, you know. So it really is good. I mean, normally tonight I'll be playing football. Last night I would have been playing football, but it was called off this week because of the weather as well. Foxy says, are you going to do Bruce's #1 fan at Blackpool?
Actually, yes,
trying to go there.
I'm not Bruce's #1 fan, but I'll go into Blackpool, Birmingham on December the 1st.
Don't forget to take the Greg's way to Blackpool for Bruce.
Oh, yes.
Or Julie says, no, you want kebab and cheesy chips.
Hey! Oh, yes. Oh,
John,
yes.
would you ever subject yourself to doing Sunderland's hospitality? Because I wouldn't.
Probably not.
No.
But I think top YouTubers would have done it. No question about it.
You know, I looked at Derby County, John. I looked at their hospitality. £300 at Derby County.
Wow. That's expensive around Betis.
And that's a championship team.
Sheffield United's about the same, you know.
It's ridiculous. 300 quid. Why would you pay that?
I have no idea, mate.
I mean, it's just unbelievable, isn't it?
You just got to shop around, mate. If you do the lower leagues, there's a guy who's just won awards tonight around the grounds. Big up to him, right? Big up to him, yeah. Fantastic contender, yeah. He came third, right? Brilliant guy. Check him out. He does lower league around the grounds content, yeah. And he's done he did Stockport Wrexham as well, which I've done. And he also did York against Hartlepool, which I've done as well. And I'm going to get myself out there. Northampton, I'm going to get there really early, try and get interview a few fans as much as I can before going to hospitality. And I'm going to go in the club shop as well. And which would be good because people want to see those things. Do you know what I mean? People want to see that. And they're going to be thinking, hang on a minute, that looks a lovely stadium. I wouldn't mind going to the match.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. I mean, a lot of people have even messaged us and said, John, I've seen your videos. You're doing a different channel. You're doing a different content now. Good on you.
Yeah.
So
that's why I set up my second channel, because obviously this channel is all dedicated to Newcastle United. But my other channel, the Footy channel, that's obviously for vlogs when I go to other grounds around the grounds, or any England content as well. That'll all be on the Footy channel as well. So that's why I sort of do it that way as well.
I know.
Let me just,
work so
if I
hard,
can, I'll just drop the link in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to. Yeah, absolutely.
The thing is, though, you've got to go to these grounds, right? You got to drive there. It doesn't matter. It's me. If I were to do like a Scottish game, right, which I will do, right, and you want to do like say A United, for example, right? And you want to do vlogs there, you got to do it. You just got to put yourself out there, right? Just say, oh, it's not this blooming flat. You got to put yourself out there, right? Or park a car at Glasgow and get a train over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Train over there.
Because the last one I did, the last one I did, on the footy channel was when I went to Boston United a couple of weeks ago. And I tell you what, I thought the fans there were absolutely brilliant. If you haven't, I'm going to put my link in the chat now, so it should be there in the chat. Well, that's gone in. I don't know what that's done, but no, it seems to have gone in a bit dodgy. I'll try it the other way. See if I can copy this link. If I can copy this link, then I can put it in there for you. For some reason it didn't. There we are. Copy link address. Right, there we go. This should be it. There you go, guys. It's in the chat there for the footy channel. So look, if you can spot onto it there, hopefully it should let you go to it. If not, you can always just copy and paste the link. But no, the link's there definitely now, guys. So yeah, the link's there. That's the footy channel. That's my other channel. Only on 22 subscribers on that channel at the moment. But if you do want to subscribe to it, please do head over there and do give it a subscribe. As I say, I went to Boston United a couple of weeks ago. Great fans, nice little club. I wouldn't mind doing the hospitality, by the way. I'd just done their stands, but with the fans, and they were absolutely brilliant. But the hospitality there is only £57, so I wouldn't mind doing that one day as well, Boston United. I was going to be going to Bournemouth this weekend, but unfortunately, the hospitality then ended up getting booked because they were going to have me sitting with the Torquay directors. But unfortunately, Torquay then added another director, so I got bombed out of that one. But not to worry, I'll try Bournemouth again. So I'd like to try that one. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. But as I say, the link's there in the chat, guys. Head over, have a look at the footy channel, have a look at my vlogs that I've got on there so far. There's only a couple on there at the moment. But there'll be another one uploaded at the weekend. So make sure you do hit that bell and that subscribe as well. And that'll keep you up to date on the footy channel. So there we go. Anyway, it's been a cracking show tonight, guys and girls. And thoroughly enjoyed it. And just remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. And it's bye-bye from me.
It's bye from me. And away the lads.
Away the lads and the lasses.
The lasses.